Uh, the definition of a narcissistic. Uh, Having an excessive or erotic interest of oneself and one's physical appearance. Don't you notice how corporations, they have a certain appearance, and you're always you always have to kind of like admire them, kiss their ass. That's a trait of a narcissistic person right there. That's how they create a narcissistic person. What are the characters of a narcissist? Grandiose sense of self-importance. Since corporations, the people who are making our decisions are more important than the poor people, even though they're paying their paychecks. But so they look at themselves as they're better than everybody else since they have all that money. Uh, live in a fantasy world that supports their delusional grandeur. So, it's funny how corporations, they like to make it big. We always like to grow. We always like to be the billionaire, the millionaire. So they spread their delusional fake, just to make their delusional grandeur to make you feel like, oh, you can make a lot of money, but you have to work hard to make a lot of money. So they spread the illusion telling you that you need to work harder to make money. So that's how they make you kind of like be more obedient to them, you know. Need constant praise and admirations. That's your bosses. You have to kiss their ass, in order to get a raise. You have to do a good job and be obedient. So you have to admire them since they're your bosses, since they're your owner. Without them, they can't pay your paycheck, you know? Sense of entitlement. That's a sense of that's a big, huge trait of a narcissistic who have sense of entitlement. They believe, I am entitled, so they get to write the laws for us. They get to, since they have all the money, they're entitled to write our laws. They're entitled to make us pay. They're entitled. It's like their entitlement. It's like they abuse their entitlement. Since we poor people are making them rich. That's a sign. That's definitely a narcissistic trait right there. The ones who have sense of entitlement. Exploit others without guilt and shame. That's what it's funny. That's white people. They go to different countries. They exploit other countries for their resources. And guess what? They don't have no guilt or shame. Even in our jobs, when we get fired, they have no guilt or shame when they fire us. So yeah, there's no compassion to a narcissistic person. Frequent demeaning, intimidating bullies. Frequent demeaning, intimidate, bullies, or belittling others. That's a narcissistic trait right there. Only a narcissist will belittle, demean, and intimidate people. Only a narcissistic person would do that. That's a trait of a narcissist. So yeah, that's what that's corporation. When you make poor people, you demean them. You kind of like intimidate them. That's why you have cops. That's why you have an authority system. So our system is a narcissistic system. And people who believe in narcissists, that believes that it's an equality. There's equality in a narcissistic system. There's no equality. There's no freedom. if we have narcissists that has these control and power. So that tells you there's a lot of signs of a narcissistic fucking system that we live in. I mean, look at the people. I mean, look at them. I mean, you get intimidated. It's like if you don't pay your bill, you get intimidated. You know, instead of not, they'll call you. They'll keep on calling you. So it's intimidation, you know, because you had to pay. This is what a narcissistic system does. I mean, narcissistic people do, you know. Only a narcissistic person create a narcissistic person, and it spreads their madness all around. So we have to live in their delusion. So yeah, you know, having poor people is like belittling people. You know, and then you have cops that are bullying poor people in this greedy gold digging world. So I wouldn't call this world innocent, full of narcissists. Have a nice day.